as I was saying, pretty much, the way how they found each other, it became like a blessing to each other in disguise. And the way how it was, like, Zephora came back from school and she started realizing that how her neighborhood, the community that her grandmother was living in, is they noticed that they were taking away the elderly people's houses, considering the fact that they couldn't afford to pay their bills and they were getting collections and so forth. So she wanted to know what was going on. Now, there was a company pretty much is added onto the mystery of the Forbidden Land that was not granted back to the natives, especially the Okanuchi tribe, and even including to her grandmother's descendants. So, in the midst of all of this, is a lot of political stuff, also racism and so forth. But in the midst of all of that, they were able enough to claim back all that was stolen from them, and they recovered all. I also had put some poetry in there, and this is just a contribute to the native indigenous Indians and including the African Black Americans. And I thought that, considering from my careful research of understanding how some of the native Indians were going through and why they just want to be known in their heritage and want people to understand their heritage, because they have been silent for so long, just like our silence. But the only difference is we have a large group that will work with one another, certain of us, not all. And I said, you know what? Based on history, when I hear some of the native Indians had helped some of the blacks and vice versa to be free from slavery. Now, we learned from some of the narrative that the blacks, the slaves, so happened to run to up north where Canada was, or up north New York, America. That wasn't true. We get to find out that some of them even migrated to Mexico and southern borders of South America to just be free and to be out of America's jurisdiction, which is the northern part. And I did research with the Gullah War. I did research what was the real reason why slavery was free, and it had nothing to do with the blacks. It was all about economics, and there was a clash with the cabinets, with the Democrats versus the Republicans, how they were fighting like, I don't think that's fair, we should pay taxes on them, I don't think, and vice versa. So it was a whole bunch of stuff. And some of the storyline had incorporated into the book. I want you guys to take a true meaning of what the book is worth and read it and find it out for yourself. And tell me your likes and shares. And thank you for the customers for the major support.